Why do weekends have to be so much shorter than the rest of the week? Like, what if you want the end to be longer than the beginning? You can't do it. There's only 3 days in a weekend. It's not right, I tell you. Hello friends, happy Sunday night. Let's take a trip down Justine's memory lane tonight. And please bring your umbrellas because for some reason the lane towards my memories is never sunny. I apologize ahead of time. As soon as we got old enough to operate the lawnmowers that my dad owned, we were all commissioned to mow both our lawn and my grandpa's lawn, which was 1.5 miles away. And so probably once or twice a month for the majority of my teen years, Dad would come into the house, probably on a Saturday, and tell us that we were going to mow the lawn at Grandpa's. Grandpa's lawn is smaller than ours, but it also is steeper. And there are a lot more trees to maneuver around because we would also mow in the orchard that was by the garden. Usually because I often volunteered to drive the rider mower, I ended up mowing the orchard as well. I liked mowing around the peach trees more because they tended to have higher branches and they were a lot fewer in number. But the apple trees really gave me a particular problem. There was this one particular time that I'm thinking of. I had gone around several of the trees already, and sometimes I got to be in a bit of a hurry to steer around these trees because I would get confident after successfully maneuvering around a couple of them without having to back up too many times. And so I would end up going a little bit faster than I probably should have while maneuvering around the rest of them. And so this particular afternoon, I had reached the final tree. I was so ready to be finished. And that tree had the lower branches that I would have to duck under. Most of the time this was okay. I would just lean like this, or I would lean back, kind of like I was doing the Limbo, while sitting on a moving mower. Yeah, it wasn't the smartest thing to do, but at least I didn't have to get off and risk losing control of the mower. I'm sure you can probably see how this could go very wrong. Dozens of other times that summer and previous summers, I had just held onto the steering wheel, stretched my back and my neck behind me, and balanced while watching the tree branch graze over my face. There was no way there was going to be any problem coming up to this tree. I probably even sped up a little more because I wanted to bend backwards the least amount of time possible. My dad and my siblings were probably on the other side of the lawn. I was alone, no one watching, as I leaned back, hands on the steering wheel. Let's pause for a moment. Recently before this, there had been quite a bit of wind and a few rainstorms. Along with this wind and additional weather elements came the possibility that the branches were going to be lower than they were before. Significantly lower, perhaps 3 or 4 inches lower than they had been earlier that month, the last time I had done the Limbo under the tree branch. I could see that it was lower, but I figured I had always had plenty of space in between my face and the lovely leaves reaching towards me to scrape my skin off. I did not make it under that tree. Oh. Have you ever been sitting on a lawnmower and you lean back like you're doing the Limbo with your arms straight out and your hands on the steering wheel, and then all of a sudden you realize it's not just small twigs and leaves brushing your face, it's a tree branch. Events like these can still be humiliating, even when no one sees them. So I'm sitting like this, and I'm watching the branches brush over my face. Ow, 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 ow. And then, let's just say that landing on grass does not help how much your butt hurts when you fall off the back of a lawnmower. But I didn't have any time to be stunned or in pain, because this lawnmower does not stop when you step off. Yeah, the house is probably like 5 yards away from this tree. I cannot tell you how fast I got up from that ground, and I was out. I caught the lawnmower. I did catch the lawnmower before it hit the house. But the distance from where I'm sitting in this chair to where the lens of this camera is, that's about how close I was to being too late. Shout out to everyone who has successfully done the limbo on a lawnmower. I am not one of those people.